Hi, I'm Jim, and this is my wife Karen. A few months ago, in 2013, a few months ago, we decided to change our eating habits and do a little bit of a lifestyle change. It was heavily based on recommendations by Dr. Dean Ornish, as well as Dr. John McDougall and his wife.
They're books, not that we sat and had dinner with them or anything.
We'd like to. But we would, back then, since that time, Karen has lost 20 pounds. We have eaten well every night, never been hungry. I have lost 40 pounds. I was at 250, I'm now below, I was at about between 245 and 250, I'm now at about 205, and I'm going for 185. Although goals have just kind of become secondary. We're losing weight, and it's wonderful, and we're loving it. And we kind of want to share what we're eating with you, and how we're doing it, and what we're cooking. So, I don't know, Karen, what do you say?
I say let's have pizza. That's a good low-fat, non-fat food, don't you think? Well, let's find out if it's going to be or not. Go over there.
I thought you were going to say, let's get the fat out of here.
Oh no, you were supposed to ask me what do we call this series that we're doing. But you
Let's
were
go
busy
back
too
there.
rambling.
Let's go back there. I wasn't rambling.
Yes, you were. You
That's-
weren't going to talk about how much weight you
I
lost.
know,
You didn't
but-
talk about how many months we lost that
Phil,
weight
we're
in.
wasting
I
Phil.
think this is probably the best stuff we're doing. So,
Okay. So, what are you going to call this, Karen?
call what, Jim?
This video that we're doing?
Why don't you get the fat out?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's the name of the video series.
Oh!
Why don't you get the fat out?
I thought I talked too long.
Well, you do that too, but so tonight we're going to make pizza.
Ooh.
We're going to get the fat out of pizza. How do you do that, I wonder?
You can
First, start with a clean cooking area. Prep area. And hands, I might add. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now, what I've done is I have made pizza dough. I have a bread maker, which I'm a very big fan of. I also have a mixer with bread dough hooks. You can use that. Or you can look in your freezer aisle of your grocery store and see if there's some frozen bread dough that has no fat. Most important part, no fat. This pizza dough is made with white flour, and honey. And the honey gives it kind of the rounder flavor that you would have with olive oil, but we're not using olive oil. So here's our nice pizza dough.
Excuse me, Karen.
Yes.
Do you mind if I grab a glass of wine while I'm watching you?
Why do you need to ask, Jim?
Well, I have a glass of my favorite wine. River of Skulls, it's called, from Twisted Oak Wineries in Vallecito.
Okay.
And back to Karen. I'm going to be pouring this in a second.
So on your pizza pan, you don't want to just stick pizza dough onto that pan because it's going to stick like a madman. So we're going to use a little bit of cooking spray. But cooking spray is very deceiving. It says it has 0 fat in the spray time. The spray time is 1/4 second, which if you were counting seconds, it would be 1001. So you get to say 1. So that is your 0 fat cooking spray time. That's not going to be enough to keep your pizza dough from sticking. So what I do is I spread it all around and then I wipe most of it off. So we're still getting the non-stick quality, but we're taking away a lot of that 3/4 second fat. So here we go. Can't do that. Okay, I just throw it on there. I'm just going to spread it out.
Did you want some wine while you were spreading it out?
Not yet, just Jim. Okay, this takes a minute. Not long. It's kind of fun. It's not that much fun, but it's, you know, it's what you need to do. So we get this spread all across the pan.
Do you need any special equipment for low-fat or non-fat cooking?
Special equipment. Such as, what are you thinking of?
I don't know. I'm just wondering if it's something that a lot of people wouldn't have in their kitchen that you happen to have in your
Well,
kitchen.
it's always a good idea, if you can, to have for sauteing, to have a non-stick saute pan, but that's not essential. Non-stick cookware is a good thing, but you don't have to run out and buy a whole new set of pots and pans to prepare non-fat. But that's not really what we're talking about today, Jim. We're talking about making pizza. So, our dough is almost where I want it to be. Okay, good enough for go.
Looks good to me.
Okay, now, while I've been doing that, we've had our pizza sauce in the microwave. I like using the microwave for making pizza sauce because it goes really quickly.
What's in the pizza sauce?
Well, I'm getting to that. Thank you, Jim, for your question. So, this pizza sauce, I use a can, which is a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. Any old kind will do, as long as it has no added fat. And usually tomato sauce does not. And to that I have added about half a tablespoon of dried oregano, about a half a tablespoon of dried basil, and about a teaspoon of granulated garlic. Stir it all up. I don't know if you can smell that, Jim, but it smells pretty darn good. So that's a little hot, so just spread this around.
Oh, yes, it does. Just got the cue card there.
That's good, your olfactory just kicked in. Anyway, so I threw that all in a bowl, put a lid on it, and put it in the microwave for maybe 4 minutes. It's nice and steaming hot. The flavors have come together. And the bread maker needs to be off. Stop! There. Bread's done. So we do a nice little spread of that. Hey, that looks good. Now we've got vegetables. So no linguiça, no salami, no sausage. So just take your mind off of that because all of that has fat and we don't eat that kind of stuff. So right now I've got some nice fresh red peppers that I'm going to sprinkle all around. And just like any other kind of pizza, the combinations are endless. You could do a Hawaiian pizza with pineapple and red bell pepper and red onions. And you can, just about anything. You just can't have a meat pizza. That's not going to happen. But you don't need it. Now, we got all these nice mushrooms. So that's going to kind of give that meaty little bite to it. What do you think so far, Jim?
I'll tell you what, the mushrooms really do give a meaty bite to it, more so than you would think. I mean, they're delicious and they're very good.
Now you can just add all the vegetables you want. One thing I do suggest is don't add too many saucy vegetables because your pizza dough will get a little loose. And nobody likes loose pizza dough. So here's some good tomatoes. Now we don't use a lot of non-fat this and a lot of cheeses and things like that, but we do use a little because it lends some of that salty flavor that you're looking for. So if you're using a little, and this is, we don't count calories, so we don't even look at that, but we're just going to put a little sprinkling for aesthetics more than anything else. And like I said, it gives it that kind of salty, cheesy flavor to it. There we go. That's our zero fat cheese. And there's our pizza.
Looks delicious. I mean, it really does. I know how good it is, and but even that way, it looks delicious.
Okay, well, this is in its raw form. So next we're going to stick it into a 450-degree oven, which is what we have right here in the middle rack. There it is. Boards are up, and we're going to bake that for approximately 20 minutes.
And I'm sure you've already got one made so that we can just go on with the video.
Well, that would have been some excellent planning. You're right on that. But no, we're just going to have to take a little break, and now I'll have that wine, Jim.
Oh, good. Oh, here, why don't you pour the wine so that we get a good shot of it. I can't do everything.
A gentleman to the end.
There it is.
Well, I'll just kill it.
Yeah, there goes my wine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so actually that wasn't 20 minutes, that was 15. Because I preheated the oven. And look at that.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
How's it smell, Jim?
Well, it smells delicious. The zoom doesn't work real well, but it smells delicious there.
The what?
The zoom. I zoomed in.
Oh, okay.
Kind of looked.
Yeah, you know.
Didn't look good on.
Not everybody
on
needs a close-up. So we're going to let this stand just for a minute because it's super hot.
Okay. And what, well, I don't have any questions. It looks delicious.
We didn't use all of the pizza sauce that we made. And we could do one of two things. We can freeze that and use it for our next pizza because that looks about enough. Or what I think we're going to do tonight is we're going to save it and use it as a dipping sauce so it'll be extra saucy pizza.
Ooh.
Particularly when you get to the bones, the crust. That's what my daughter used to call
the bones?
the crust. She called it the pizza bones. So if you've got a little sauce to dip the pizza bones in, just like that.
Pizza bones are good.
Them bones, them bones, them. Okay.
All right, I have to top up my River of Skulls a little bit here.
Yeah, I think you're gonna need to open another bottle of wine.
I think I got one open here.
Okay.
I opened it
During
we were
our
waiting
break?
for the oven. Yeah, this is River of Skulls. It's phenomenal wine.
Speaking of bones,
Yeah. Yep. Just look up the translation of the word Calaveras. And you
Okay.
got it. All right,
and
here
you
we
can
go.
see that our fat-free cheese melted nicely. We didn't put a ton on it, but we just have that little cheesy bit of goodness. And we didn't need all that ham spray because look at it, just coming out right like that. There's one for Jim. Here's one for Karen.
It's interesting. You use a pizza slicer right there for a like a spatula to lift it off of.
Oh, it's a multi-purpose
It's-
item. It's useful.
That's
So-
a technique to note.
Okay, well, grab your wine. Let's go sit down and enjoy some pizza.
You got it.